But while others live in their bodies like prisoners, he lives in his body absolutely like a great monarch who can get into the city, get out of the city whenever, whatever he likes. Two types of life. Liberation, outwardly you remain the same. But inwardly, the majesty cannot be even imagined. On the other hand, those who have not attained that state, their bodies have become like a prison house, and they are compelled to go on doing karmas. Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagadgurum. Om. Adoration to Lord Krishna, the preceptor of the universe, destroyer of the forces of darkness, bestower of immortality. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, in chapter 5, verse number 10. Topic is Karma Sannyas Yoga. A profound insight is being given with two aspects of spiritual movement. One aspect, complete detachment from the world. The whole world doesn't exist. Another, flowing into the world, being behind all inspirational activities. The whole world is the glory of God exploding everywhere. Recognition of that. That becomes the basis of Karma Yoga. One is called Karma Yoga, how to go on doing. And while doing, experiencing spiritual expansion. So much the entire world is just your very self. Think of waves in the ocean. And to dramatize it, one particular wave has developed a Mahatma attitude. I'm a great soul. And that wave with Mahatma attitude develops detachment. I don't belong to these waves near me. Mama wave, Papa wave. That. I belong to the ocean. Therefore, I am all these waves. I am exploding through all the waves. I am the inspirer. All the waves and all that are being done resonates with my heart. That's the aspect of life. Generally, people don't understand much. Liberation is not one aspect. Let the world go wherever it goes. I will attain liberation. The movement towards liberation implies that you are bringing so much goodness in your personality, like a mystic fragrance wafting from your heart. And whether you like it or not, it is going to influence people in a positive way. But of course, I'm speaking figuratively. You do like it, you do plan. Create a good impact on people around you by being good. Be good, do good. Simple formula. how much can you do in that direction? There's no limit, because your source is not your ego. Source is God. Once God becomes the source, you don't put limit in your mind. I can do this much good, that's it. And each time you do good, write down in your diary how much you did it. And then start calculating what did you get in advance as advantage. I will not go into too much details. That's karma yoga, where mind begins to understand what is sannyasa, what is renunciation, and what is performing actions for the sake of God. Both are two aspects of the same thing. The moment you become a channel of God, you are becoming detached. You are detached from your body, from your mind, from your intellect, from your ego. Detachment becomes a deeper experience until it reaches its climax. From a relative point of view, your personality now becomes like a spirit of spring. Spring enters into forest. Your personality has caught that spirit. And so it will create a great impact on people. And that impact will not be confined to a certain time period. It will continue to inspire people. Because all great personalities leave behind a legacy. A legacy of sages is a totally different type. It's profound vibrations of thought. Great examples which were not understood in their own time are appreciated and understood later on. So the glory of a sage goes on expanding. That's a potentiality in every individual. Not that someone will be special, will become a sage. But every soul has that potentiality. Every wave has the potentiality of being the ocean. Keeping that in view, let me go through these verses. 10th verse. Brahmanyadhyaya karmani sangam tyaktva karoti yaha lipyate sa na sa papena padmapatra vimambhasa. He who performs actions by invoking Brahman and by renouncing attachment to the fruits of karma is not touched by sin, even as a lotus leaf remains untouched by water. The verse refers to a very advanced stage. Karma yoga has been practiced, and you have come to a climax of that practice. This will be your daily feature. And what is that? Performs actions by invoking Brahman. Every action you perform, you are eating, of course, ritualistically, before you start eating, people actually recite these mantras. Brahmarpanam, Brahmavi, Brahmagnau, Brahmanautam. You recite actually from the Gita. But reciting is just ritualistic. The real purpose is, though you are enjoying the taste of the food, a deeper sense is awakened within your heart. That every enjoyment actually is proceeding from divine within you. God is the taster, He is the enjoyer. This recognition that every work you do, its source lies in presence of God within your heart. Source of inspiration is God within you. And you become more and more inspired as you become more and more an instrument. Another simile is given of the flute. The flute creates best of melody as it becomes more and more empty. As the flute be empty of ego. If ego sticks into the flute, music becomes froggy. And the world is filled with froggy music. Invoking Brahman. The idea, therefore, is first insight into Swadharma and Paradharma. What type of duty you must get involved in. A healthy way of looking at your personality, what you are meant for. Certain things have come with you from your very past life. And some people want to be a teacher. Some want to be a musician. Some become artists. Some become scientists. Different people have, some want to be good business personalities. And things that you have brought it through different embodiments in the process of your evolution. Those things are very natural to you. Therefore, if you educate yourself in line with your inclinations, you will have double benefit. Double benefit means you will put intense effort in that direction, and at the same time you don't feel you are putting any effort. Say, for example, if you are a musician, that type of a taste from the childhood because of the previous birth. Now, you put all your time and effort in learning music. And even though people say, oh, look how much time this poor fellow is. But we are enjoying it. On the other hand, if we were to be put into that business of music without that type of inner inclination, then you will be counting your time, counting the money that will come out of it. And you will become tired as you get more and more involved. You don't enjoy it. My description is more allegorical. That's the way life is. If you get into the type of job to which your heart feels harmonized, you become involved day and night. Nobody has to tell you, inspire you. So that's insight in Swadharma, Paradharma. Paradharma, the work you do is not enjoyable. But when you look at the money coming in, that's quite rewarding. Paradharma means you don't enjoy. Your enjoyment is not day by day, not hour after hour. But at a certain stage, big money comes in, something happens. If you do Swadharma, if it is natural for you to be a teacher, to teach others, it's natural for you to be a storyteller and tell others, natural to be a musician, you sing, create a wonderful situation. All this is not boring, not tiring, but all that becomes inspiring. Practicing karma yoga, then life is inspiring movement. Swadharma, paradharma, you move away from paradharma as straighten your personality automatically. You choose a course of action that's more in harmony with your heart. I'm not in harmony with my throat. Next point. While that is the goal, to be in harmony, your mind should not be waiting. Let me first turn to Swadharma and then move into a deeper level of yoga. Creating a sense of interest, developing an attitude that whatever type of action, whatever type of situation has been presented to me, it has come from God. I am His slave. He is the master. And therefore, since it comes from God Himself, even those works you have chosen may not be in harmony. The spirit of adoring God through karma. Every situation you need to face it with patience. Not to build up contradiction in your heart that I'm doing paradharma because I don't like it. It must be paradharma. That calculation should not be there in your mind. Whatever you are doing, consider in divine plan, it's the fitness of things, that's the best thing for you. Handle it. And handling it is part, you're relating yourself to God, a form of worship of God. Naturally, in the sadhana stage, you watch your mind. Different type of activities emanate from you. Actions that are based upon rajas and tamas. Anger, greed, hate. Those actions you should not offer to God. Follow this simple example. You worship in a temple. You pick flowers. You don't pick rotten flowers. Sometimes you do pick them, but you don't bring it to the altar. In the same way, that attitude has to develop. How much today is the day of worshipping God. From the very morning, you set your mind. How many good things can I do? And how many negative things can I avoid? And as good things are done, feel joy that you are offering best of flower. As you switch your attention from negative karmas to positive karmas, it becomes easy for you to perform your duties without expecting a reward. When you move towards swadharma, you are harmonized with your activities. And when your nature becomes increasingly good, during that time it becomes easy for you to choose of two choices. Do the good deeds with expectation. You will get heaven and a lot of enjoyment. Or you will open the gateway to liberation. Your mind should choose liberation. In order that liberation should become your goal, now what are you expecting through your performance of action? You are expecting the heart to be purified, chitta shuddhi. Doing these works, are these works making me free of egocentricities, free of perverted emotions, etc.? Are these putting me in a more simplified form? It is that is your highlight. Next point is a practical point. If you have a certain job, it has a mathematical precision. You have to expect that your job succeeds, whatever job you are taking. But your whole attention should not be just acquiring success. Rather, you should be in a position doing the best you can for attaining success in the world of practical reality. At the same time, if success doesn't come, look at the higher result. You performed your action, your heart is at rest. And that fruit is bigger fruit than the fruit of karma. Chitta Shuddhi is more commendable fruit. And once Chitta Shuddhi becomes your focus, you have gone to a very advanced state of sadhana. Your religion or your spirituality has come to a very high level. You can really enjoy life. Your life's enjoyment is not dependent upon how many things you own, but how much your heart opens to profounder sentiments. And the profoundest sentiment is the love of God. That love of God is like the ocean, contains all types of love and transcends them. So therefore, when you perform your actions by invoking God, which I explained, implying how you moved away from paradharma to swadharma, you perform swadharma with increasing detachment from fruit of karma towards gaining increasing purity of a heart. And that leads you now to sannyasa. Purified heart turns your ego into a sattvic ego. Ego in human being has according to three gunas: rajasic ego, tamasic ego, sattvic ego. Tamasic, rajasic ego is like dark cloud, dark and brown, whatever. Sattvic is silvery, soft, transparent. So, as sattvic ego begins to develop, chitta shuddhi now allows you to see beyond your ego. Ego is not obstructing. Beyond the ego. Because ego simply develops a erroneous notion. I am so much doing so many things, etc. Remember the story of rat I have told you. But you have rajasic, tamasic ego, then ego is your reality. You can't go beyond. If you have sattvic ego, then begin to understand that God made me all this. Ego is only asserting I am doing. real source is God. That is called sannyasa. Then, whatsoever karmas you are doing, you will not be gripped by fruits of karmas. You will be like a lotus in a lake. Water comes on it, sits on it, slips down, slips away from it. Actions proceed from you. You are constantly doing something. And yet all that karmas do not touch you. Here the statement in the verse is not touched by sin. Now, I have to give you the subtler meaning behind it. People reading it literally, they develop the idea anyone who becomes spiritually advanced has a license. He can do sinful things because he can't be touched by it. He's not like ordinary people. But meaning behind it is totally different. If you are advanced, sinful karmas are not possible for you. The rose flower cannot emit garlic smell. It's not possible. But then even the rosy fragrance, the rose flower, just to give you allegorically, even the good karmas, you don't develop the ego. I am the performer of good karmas. Because even that illusion will bind you to karmic process. Papa and punya, virtue and vice, both types of karmas are transcended. Kayena manasa buddhya kevalam indriyairapi yoginah karma kuruvanti sangam tyaktatma yakvatma sushuddhaye. A yogi continues to perform karma merely with his body, mind, intellect and senses. With detachment he performs actions for the purity of the heart. A profounder understanding is presented to you. What makes you be detached from karmas? You do go on doing karmas, and karmas do not bind you. What's the secret behind it? Because a yogi sees himself distant from body, mind, intellect and senses. Practice of jnana yoga. Nothing exists, nothing belongs to me. First point, all this world is Maya. And the idea I will possess this world is founded on a tremendous foolery. Nothing exists, nothing belongs to. I am neither body nor mind. And you give more extension to it. Body, physical body, vital sheath, mental sheath, intellect, ego, causal. I am none of these. The real I am is untouched by the sheaths. All activities in the world go on with the sheaths. Think of the spirit that operates through your telephone, cell phone. What is operating through it is totally different from the cell phone, from its size, from its components. So even if the cell phone is broken, message, etc., can be got through other form. Much in the same way, the one, the spirit that is operating through your body, mind, intellect, that spirit you are, not the body, not the mind, not the intellect. That understanding dawns. With detachment, he performs actions. So with that constant understanding, I am distinct. That's the practice of viveka, discriminative intellect. I am not the body. Body is changing. I am not the mind, not the intellect. These are all possessions. Even if when you go to sleep, you are not with your body, not with your mind, and you are. So this type of insight goes on increasing, led by your practice of Jnana Yoga. And while you are practicing Jnana Yoga, your involvement in action, Karma Yoga, renders your spiritual wisdom more mature because it allows your heart to become purified. With heart that is not purified, the knowledge that all this is Brahman becomes just intellectual. But with purity of heart, any insight that you gain by your intellect, that insight becomes digestible. It goes into the very spirit. It's assimilated by. With detachment, he performs actions. The increasing detachment, increasing activity. Here again, think of work. Every human being is related to all human beings. All activities demand interrelation, interdependence of action. In the case of a sage, all action aspect becomes increasingly qualitative, profound. Let me give you easier way to understand. In a practical world, whenever you see someone doing a lot of work by their hand, you say it's a big karma yoga. That's correct from the ordinary point of view. But if you are thinking of doing something profound, that will become possible only by your speech. Your hands don't have all that field of expansion. In other words, action of speech is much higher than action by your hand. If you are becoming internally qualified, you are moving in a qualitative way, you are leaving behind in the world not some physical things you have done, you are leaving behind thoughts, words. Those are powers. Greater power comes by your speech than by your hands. Hands, field of a hand is limited. Field of your words is much greater. And the field of mind is the ultimate. So therefore, you always view a sage. The more highlighted point behind a sage is immersed inside it. But the practical point, he is not always immersed inside us. He has been doing terrible amount of work. Buddha was constantly busy. Shankaracharya, who went on declaring the whole world is illusion, but he had no rest. Every day he had to move from one place to another, disseminating the knowledge. What I'm leading you to understand, that greatest activity becomes possible when your detachment from the world is at the climax. One who is self-realized is he has attained absolute renunciation, and at the same time he has the capacity to inspire lots and lots of people. Not not all accountable type. It's automatic. When Lord Jesus talked on Sermon on the Mount, his words didn't go viral. It was just limited. But now his words go viral. Yukta karm phalam tyaktva shantimapnoti naishtitim ayukta kamakarena phale sakto nibadhyate. One who is devoted to yoga attains peace by renouncing the fruits of karma. If you become deeply involved with karma yoga, though performing karmas, you are not creating the basis for embodiment. Fruits of karma. Led by karma, you choose family, jati, ayu, and bhoga. What type of family you are to be born, how long you will live, what will be your experiences of pleasure and pain. All is determined by karma. But if you have become karma yogi, as I have explained, and you are in tune with God, God is flowing through you, you attain peace because you are no longer living in a world of karma. And that's your goal. But one who is not united with karma yoga is impelled by desires. The mind has endless desires. One desire moves fulfilled, another arises. As long as you have not developed a profound understanding, realization that I am the self, you are always working with your mind to attain mighty things in the world of time and space. And that whole movement is just like trying to fulfill yourself through a dream, attached to fruits of karma. And as long as that attachment exists, you are in a state of bondage. You work hard and led by good karmas, you attain a lot of prosperity. The whole world may sing your praises for a while, but all that moves away. Your soul is not fulfilled. But with karma yoga, your soul becomes fulfilled by discovering I am one with Brahman. I am that am I. I am the whole ocean. Sarva karmani manasa samyastaste sukham vachi navadvare pure dehi naiva kurvanna karayan. The embodied soul who has controlled his body and senses and who has mentally renounced all karmas, though abiding in the nine-gated city, doesn't work, nor does he cause any work to be done. That state of liberated sage, that soul who has controlled his body and senses and has attained perfection in karma yoga, or whenever we say yoga, it's integral yoga. And therefore, mentally he is not dependent on karmas. His heart has become pure. His identity is no longer ego. He has discovered his real identity. I am that. Now he appears to exist in the body, and the body has its all the same. All human bodies have the same limitations. But while others live in their bodies like prisoners, he lives in his body absolutely like a great monarch who can get into the city, get out of the city whenever, whatever he likes. Two types of life. Liberation, outwardly you remain the same. But inwardly, the majesty cannot be even imagined. On the other hand, those who have not attained that state, their bodies have become like a prison house. And they are compelled to go on doing karmas. The karmas will put them from one body to another. And while living in the body, the real happiness is not there. Only time when they sleep, they are out of the world. But all through their living life, they are caught by their mind, worry, anxiety, lots of desires, etc. Mental offering to God should be practiced as affirmation. Kayena vacha manushendriyaiva buddhyatmana va pratisvabhavat karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanayeti samarpayami. This comes from another scripture. Whatever action I do, by the body, by the speech, by the mind, by the senses, by the intellect, all actions that are performed by me, led by Prakriti, nature, all that I offer to Narayana, the Lord God. That type of inner awareness has to develop. And therefore your whole life becomes a life of perpetual worship. Your movements by your feet are like as if you are in a temple. All your actions are offerings, all your thoughts, etc. But this is a picture being given to you in a very an advanced, ideal aspect. But to the extent you understand it and try to practice it, that becomes a powerful movement towards the goal. And with this I will conclude. Om Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.